Hey everyone, so today I have this look right here for you. It is my kind of green smoky eye look for the holidays, and if you want to see how to get this look, please keep watching. Alrighty, so first I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I'm really kind of liking this. It's just like a thick kind of white primer. Put that all over. So next I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Here. I'm really liking this. It's a very silicone feeling primer to fill in pores. I have quite large pores on the side of my nose here, and I really like to make sure they don't show. Plus it kind of helps with oil control because I am really oily in this zone here. It's terrible. So I want to make sure. I kind of rub it and press it in. So next I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. And I'm using the shade 125 Nude Beige. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to put that on my face with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. So take a little dab and start pressing this into the skin. This is probably one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore for sure. I can't believe like Thanksgiving is so close. I'm excited. I love this time of year. It's one of my favorites. Okay, if you guys have not tried this sponge, it is amazing. I love this sponge. It's so soft and squishy. It's not like super hard like the other knockoffs that are out there. And it's only like $5, which is so good. I have the Beauty Blender, and I like it, but I really like this flat edge right here, if you can see it. It's so good for like putting on your foundation. It like spreads out, and it's great. I just love the sponge. And then it's also got a tip, which is great for blending out the concealer, which I'll do later. And it's just such a great sponge. I highly recommend this. And like, who can't beat the price, especially when like a beauty blender is like $20 for like one sponge. Like, I don't have that. It's hard to spend $20 on a sponge. For me anyway. But just kind of go over it one last time. Make sure I didn't forget any spots. To kind of blend it in with my neck, I take the e.l.f. flat powder brush here, and then I sprayed with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Makeup Setting Spray. And this, it just dampens it just enough, and then I take a little bit of the foundation and I rub it down my neck. This just makes it thin out and blend out really well, so it's not like harshness all the way down my neck, and it distributes less product, and it just blends it beautifully. So you have no line right here, no line like right here. It just blends it. I spray it again. Go. I'm putting very little on the brush, like very tiny. And I just go over it. Now, next I'm going to prime my eyelids. I'm going to use the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow primer. This is like the bomb diggity, I promise. This is like, I think like $1.99 at my grocery store, and This is so good. It's amazing. I love it so much. Way more than like the Smashbox eyeshadow primer that I have and the Urban Decay one. I love this. This one is also really good for canceling out all the darkness you have on your eyelids and all like the veins. So it does give you a tad bit of color on your eyelids. It's not like clear. And it just blends like really quick and easy. I love this. So for my brows, I'm first going to go in with a wax. And I use the Milani Brow Shaping Wax. So I'm just going to go over that real quick. You don't need like a ton. And then I'm going to take a spoolie and just kind of spoolie my brows to the exact shape that I want them. Also like brush them out.
And to fill them in, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in light brown. This I purchased at Target. So there is the gel and the powder side. So I'm going to take a little angled brush and the gel. And I'm just going to start at the end of my brow and kind of just fill it in and shape up the outside lines to make them a bit more filled in.
I only use the wax on 2/3 of my brow from like here back. Just because I do have a lot of thickness in the front and I don't really need it right there. And I like to keep the front of my brow a tad bit lighter than the rest of my brow. Kind of like a slight ombre brow, but not like way defined. Okay, and then once that, I do brush them through. Make sure I get all the product distributed and kind of brush them out. And I go back over and fix any places I may have missed. And then for the front of the brow, I use the powder in here. It's a very light colored powder. So I use another little angled brush. And I use a fluffier angled brush for the front and just dip in, tap off the excess, and I just fill it in just a little bit. And I just feather it back. Do it to the other side. I just do upward strokes. And I'm not applying like a ton of pressure like at all. This kit is like really great. It's only like I think $3 at Target. And they do have multiple colors. I know they have more colors like online on the e.l.f. website. Definitely like check this out. If you're like new into like doing your brows, or you just have always used like a pencil, try using a wax. This time it's like really great. So now they're both done. I'm gonna comb through them one more time. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with tinted brow mascara. This one's by NYX and it's in the color chocolate. I lightly go through just to give a little extra color. It's because my eyebrow hairs are black and I fill them in as like a brown, dark brown color. So I like to go over with this also to give a tad bit more color to the brows, my brows. And then I'm going over clear brow gel. And this is the Essence Clear Brow Gel. It's the one I'm using right now. And this is like $2 or something. It's really, I'm really liking it. And that's like pretty much how I do my brows every day. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna conceal my under eye area I'm first going in with the NYX HD Concealer in the shade 03. I'm just going to do a upside down triangle, kind of what I do. I only use like what's on the doe foot applicator to like spread it out. And then to like lighten it up a little bit, I am going to go in with the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer in the shade Fair. And this I only dot about 3 dots underneath my eye, or 4. Like that. You can tell. And then first I like to go in with my finger and kind of blend it out. I'm going to go in with the tip of my Real Techniques sponge and I'm going to blend that out.
Out of the way.
Alright, and then quickly I am going to set it with a translucent powder. Because I get a really intense creasing underneath my eye. I like to stop that. And then excess, I'm going to go down and set the rest. Then I'm also going to set my eyeshadow primer. You don't really need to, but I just go with whatever's left on the brush. Just like that. And now I'm going to do the other side. So next I'm going to set my whole face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade 03 Natural, to set all that with the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. And I'm going to use the Comfort Zone palette from Wet n Wild. This is like an oldie but a goodie. Definitely, if you have not tried, pick it up. These are super pigmented shadows that are like super creamy and buttery. Love this. So first, before I can do that, I am going to highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Single Shadow in Creme Brulee. This is like $1.99, and it's such a beautiful highlight shade. It's matte. It's like a creamy vanilla. It's perfect. So I'm going to go and do that. Okay, and with the use of this palette, I am going to use the NYC Individual Eye little palette thing here. And they have this matte brown here. I'm going to use this as my transition shade. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just run that in my crease and above my crease area. Now I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. It's a very big fluffy brush, and it covers the perfect amount of space that I want. So I'm just going to go over that really lightly. I love this quad though. It's so good. Definitely one to pick up and try from the drugstore. I take this underneath the eye a little bit. And to this, I'm going to use this dark green right here. And I'm going to take a little shader brush, flat shader brush, and I am just going to take this on the outer 2/3. I really love green for my brown eyes. It just looks so good. Alrighty, like that. And then I am going to go over it with this brighter green right here. I'm going to just take the same brush and pack it on the inner third and covering the darker green. So they all kind of mesh together like that. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush. This one's by Real Techniques. And I'm just going to buff the outer edge of that. And then we're gonna put the dark shade on the outside again. And then going with the lighter green. And we're just going to blend in the crease area. And then I'm going to go back into this quad here, and I'm going to take that brown again with the fluffy brush, and I'm going to really concentrate it in the crease here. Just to help that blend out. Even taking the one above it, which is a darker brown, this adds a slight shimmer to it, and use that on the outside. You just want to get this like blended. Just going over like that. Windshield wiper motions. Take that first brush we used. And just like that, we have it really blended, kind of light to dark green eye. Now for the bottom, I'm going to take that small shader brush again and go in with the dark green. Just a little bit, because these are super pigmented. And I'm just going to run that on the outside third of the eye. Drawing it right there, and then I'm going to take this shader brush again and blend it. And it's just like that, and it kind of brings your eye to a point here and lifts your eye up, but then also gives a little intenseness to make your eyes pop, which I love. I'm in love with green at the moment. And that's the look. You can also go in and intensify this green with, we'll get a little smaller shader brush, going with that light green color right here, and just go in again in the inner corner, and then make sure to blend that transition to the darker outer side. You can go in and definitely make this outer crease darker, for sure, but I think I'm going to keep it like this. I kind of like the more intense green in this inner corner. Alright, and then we're going to highlight the inner corner. So we're going to get a small brush, and I'm going to take this yellow highlight color. Definitely tap off the excess, and I'm going to highlight. Just like that. Now, if you're like not completely comfortable with using dark shadows, definitely do your eye makeup first. And then do your concealer after, so you can clean up and any fallout. But I've done this numerous times, so I didn't do that today. But totally an option. This is definitely like a fall, winter kind of look. Definitely dark on the eyes, which I am loving right now. And the green is just so beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna go do the other eye. Alrighty, so now we have that done, I am going to go and curl my eyelashes, and then I'll be back to put on mascara. Alrighty, so first I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Extensions Mascara in Waterproof. This is kind of like a base that I use for my eyelashes because my eyelashes are like stick straight. They do not like to hold a curl, they do not like to stay up. So this I put down first kind of as a primer to keep my eyelashes up and curled all day. Plus this does give me quite a bit of length, which I like, to make my eyelashes a little bit longer because they are pretty stubby. And now the bottom lashes. So now I'm going to go over that with the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara in Very Black. I'm still trying out this mascara. I'm not sure completely how I feel about it. Not quite sure. So I'm making sure to test it out. Alrighty, now to bronzing up my face. I'm not too into contouring, like completely chiseling out. I just like to do a light bronzing of the face. So I'm going to use my NYX Highlight and Contour Palette right here, and I like to mix these two shades right here. So just with a fluffy brush, I go into both. Make sure to dab off the excess, and I just like to go in and kind of slightly carve out it, but just mostly bronze. Give me a little bit of sun and definition to my face. Then I just take a little bit of this one right here, a little bit, and I just right here, because this is where the sun would naturally hit me, and a little bit on the chin, sides of my nose, just like that. That's how I bronze kind of for my face. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with the Milani Powder Rose Blush in 01 Romantic Rose. This is such a beautiful matte blush. I'm just going to go right over my cheeks. Oh, and this is the Real Techniques Multitask Brush. I'm just going to go over that area. This is a very natural blush. Wow, that's a tongue twister. I'm not a crazy highlight kind of girl, so I just like to do a tad bit on the tops of my cheekbones because I am quite oily. So I am going to go in with the Wet n Wild Fergie shimmer palette in 045 Rose Champagne Glow. See that? It's just beautiful pinky gold color. I like to dab off the excess, and I like to go just right about here, not over in this area because that's where I do get oily. I like to go back here. And then the top of my Cupid's bow, like that. And that's it. So for my lips, I'm going to go in with the NYX lip liner in Nude Pink here, and I'm just going to line my lips. This is a beautiful pinky nude color. It's beautiful. These NYX lip liners are really good. Alright, and then for lipstick, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Collection Exclusive in JLo's Nude. This is such a pretty color. It's number 370. I'm just going to go over that. Then go over with the lip liner in any place, kind of around the sides. That is like my favorite lip combo as of right now. These two, they're so perfect together. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look. Kind of a green smoky. I definitely change the lip to anything you want. Definitely works with so many colors. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.